Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Augs here, back again today with another Borderlands 3 video. Today, we are going to be continuing the Borderlands 3 Beginner's Guide series here on the channel. You guys showed a ton of support on the last one, and I really do appreciate it. I honestly did not know what you guys would think of it, but you guys showed tons and tons of support, and I really do appreciate it, like I said. But today I figured why not go ahead and continue on in the Borderlands 3 Beginner's Guide since we are now in the game. So today we're going to be talking about the quick change machine, how to customize your character, change colors, heads, skins, how to respec, echo theme, emotes, things like that really provide a lot of customization to the game. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so as soon as you start into the game, you are going to be greeted by a little robot called Claptrap. Now, if you guys have played the prior Borderlands games, obviously you guys know who that is, but if you are new, he is this little robot off in the distance. I did kind of go ahead and fast forward to that point, so you guys do not have to worry about it. But going over to this welcome sign, there is a machine right over here, which is going to be going over the quick change machine, and we're going to be going over what exactly this machine is, what it does, and how to use it. Now, at first glance, this machine might not seem like much until you actually go ahead and interact with it. So like I said, this is all of the customization options in the game. Like I said, head, skin, color, emo, echo theme, and even respec. You can also change your character name down here in this bottom left corner. But we are going to be going over everything there's to do with this machine. So if you guys have no idea or have never actually used this machine, do not worry, because by the end of this video, I promise you, you will know everything there's to know about the quick change machine. Alright, so starting off, let's go ahead and talk about the heads. Now, in the very beginning of the game, you will have a few options. I have a ton more just because I've been playing the game a lot more. In the beginning, you won't have nearly as much. You might have a couple to choose from. Now, you will actually be able to unlock more as you play the game. So, killing enemies, doing quests, things like that will actually be able to get you some more of these heads. There are also some DLC exclusives in here and seasonal events. So if you guys have like the season pass or any of the DLCs, you guys can also unlock exclusive heads, skins, emotes, and things like that, which is actually really cool. But as you can see, there are a ton of options for heads, and you could really just let your imagination run wild. Alright, so moving on past the heads, we have skins. This is kind of like the part 2 of the customization options. Most people just kind of mess with the heads and the skins and don't really do anything else, so this is kind of the part 2. But there are a ton of different skins as well, similar to the heads. You will unlock these more as you play the game, but these look really cool and definitely change up a lot of like how your character looks, and obviously the customization options. I think they look amazing, and again, with this, you could really just let your imagination run wild. You could choose like a skin and then choose a head to go along with that. So now we have a kind of alien looking flak over here, which is actually a lot different from what we started with, which you can see is actually really cool. And obviously there are so many options you could choose from. You can make really whatever kind of pair you want to go with. Let's just go ahead and make another one real quick. There we go. We got a hot rod and kind of a robotic looking face there. But yeah, I think it's actually really cool because in the beginning of the game, you might have like 3 or 4 options, but you still have those options. You also will get some skins for what version of the game you got. So like the Deluxe Edition and the Super Deluxe Edition, those also come with skins. As well as if you like pre-order the game way back when it first came out, you will also get like exclusive rewards along with that. This is just another really cool way to customize your character. Now, you do not need the DLCs. You will just get them in the main game, really without anything else. But they are super cool if you guys are into kind of customization options for games. Alright, moving on past the skin and the head is the color. Now, the color isn't too big of a thing. Again, it's kind of just like part 3 of customizing your characters. You can choose like primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. But yeah, as you can see, let's just go ahead and mix and match here, see what kind of combinations we can come up with. It's actually endless. How many different combinations you can come up with and how cool you can make your characters look. We got a really interesting looking flak over here. It's interesting to say the least, but yeah, there's so much you can do with this. They definitely, if you played Borderlands 1, this is a big improvement. of all the customization options, which is really cool if you are into this kind of thing, like I said. Alright, so moving on from the head, skin, and colors, like I said, these are kind of like the main three for customizing your characters. We have the emotes. Now, the emotes are just recently new to this game. They haven't been in the past Borderlands games, but obviously if you guys have played like Fortnite or really any other modern game, they have been implementing emotes into them, and there's actually some really cool emotes in here. There's like a chicken dance and death, finger guns, and you will be able to unlock these more as you play the game, but it's actually it's really funny how you see like your character moving around and things like that. You could choose 4 at any given time, and how you interact with it is on keyboard. You'll just use the arrow keys. On controller, obviously it's a little bit different. I'm not actually sure what it is on controller, but it's not too bad. You could choose any 4 at a time, which is really cool. There's some really interesting ones in here. Alright, next up is the Echo theme. If you guys do not already know, the Echo device is this kind of handheld electronic that you got at the beginning of the game when Claptrap actually gives it to you. This is going to be used as soon as you bring up your skill tree or things like that, your inventory. This is kind of the device that you're going on, and you can change how it looks. I have a ton unlocked, which is probably a lot more than you guys do, especially starting out in the game. But like the others, you would just get more throughout the game as you kill enemies and do quests and things like that. There's actually some money. Bloody Harvest is one of the ones that actually comes with a seasonal event, which is pretty cool because those are actually free to get. Paging Doctors, there's so many of them, it's actually kind of crazy, but I think they look really cool. This is probably my favorite skin for the Echo device just because it's animated, it's retro, it looks really cool. So we'll just go ahead and apply that. Alright, so in order to show off what the Respec option does, I am going to need to transfer over to a different character because this has to do with action skills. And obviously, as soon as you spawn into the game, you're not going to be having any action skills because you don't have any XP. So let me go ahead and transfer over, and I will show you guys what the Respec option does. Alright, so here we are on my other flak. Like you can see, I have like 61 skill points, which we can start using. I'm just going to put these like in random spots. It doesn't actually matter. I'm just going to show you guys just putting them in random spots. But you guys can see that I'm actually using my skill points and that they are actually in my skill tree. So basically, let's just say that this is the way I want it. But I've changed my mind later on and decided that I want to do like different skills and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and come up to the quick change machine, go down to Respec. It's going to ask you to refund all points spent in your skill tree for a certain amount of money. Go ahead and select yes, and as you can see, it takes all of the skill points that you put in your skill tree and gives them back to you. Now this is the only way to actually get your skill points back, so if you want to like later on down the game, you know, play around with different builds and things like that, you are going to want to be using the quick change machine to respec your skill points. So this option is going to be probably more viable and more useful later on in the game, but it is really cool that you can do it early on. So even early on, you can experiment with like builds and things that you want to put your skill points into, which I think is really cool. Alright, so the very last part of the quick change machine that we are going to be going over today is in the bottom left corner. You can actually customize what you want your character name to be. So normally if you're playing on any other character besides Flak, you will only have one option here, but since Flak has a pet, you can also customize what you want your pet's name to be. So all you gotta do is go in here, type whatever you want. I just put name for an example. Obviously you probably want a better name than that, but this is super bland, just an example. And then pet name, so I just put pet name for pet name. And when you actually go out of the quick change machine, if you are on Flak, you can see your pet's name in game just right under it, which is actually really cool. And I really like the way that Gearbox has done this, especially from past games when you couldn't actually see the names. But anyways, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions about the quick change machine or really anything you want to see covered in this series, we're going to be going over a ton. There's so much stuff that I really want to explore and definitely want to teach you guys. And this will also help me kind of improve my commentary. Obviously, this video is a little bit different. I'm trying to do it live, which is a lot harder than it looks. Normally, I try and like script my videos. But anyways, this is going to help a ton and hopefully helps you guys out as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get notified on future uploads like this one. Hope Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.